What is going on, everyone? We have a new patch coming out, and with it, some lore progression. There isn't too big of a progression in this patch, but I will go through some of the main highlights that we have. Patch 12.04 brings us a new email, a new voicemail, and a new audio transmission from the bug that Cypher planted on Omega Earth's Viper. Starting off with the email, which is from Clove, it's titled Little Suggestion, and it reads, Brimmy, feels like our party could use an extra cleric or maybe even a bard, aye? Not to be presumptuous, but I know a guy, a healing guy. Killjoy and I saw him a few months back. Reckon he's a Radiant. Intrigued? I bet you are. Just say the word and I'll make some calls. Or you will. Your show. Okay, so let's pause here because at first we all thought that Sage would have been the one to have directly known this agent and have him introduced into the protocol. But it looks like it's actually Clove. Clove mentions that a few months ago they saw this new agent along with Killjoy, and they know him to a certain extent. Clove also mentions that he's probably a Radiant. And this little teaser that was recently dropped is actually a flashback of the past, when Clove and Killjoy encountered Agent 30 and they probably were with him during this party scene while they were chilling. It's also funny that Clove calls this new agent a bard, which is basically referring to a spellcaster character in Dungeons & Dragons who utilize magic. Because as we know, Clove does play Dungeons & Dragons. This may very well be a big clue that Agent 30 has some sort of magical powers where his abilities involve casting spells, which is pretty cool. Moving on from the email is the voicemail that we have this time from Breach.
Hey, Brimmy, volunteers for the repair crew? I'm in, man. At least I can do, you know. Poor Reyna. I mean, what do you say? It's supposed to be a sanctuary. It's good those kids weren't around, but they know. They can tell something happened. Helvete. Those kids. I mean, it's hard, right? For kids. The misfits, the ones who are different, the ones that get picked on and they see you, someone like them. And just like that, you're their hero. They've never had one, and you're not perfect. They don't know that. They just need you. But maybe you've made mistakes in life. Things that stop you from being there for them and doing what you wish you could do for them. And there's no way to explain it. Oh, shit. The site repairs should be quick. Back soon.
Okay, so this voicemail from Breach is clearly one that gets a little bit out of hand. It starts with Breach volunteering to be a part of the repair crew for Reyna's Sanctuary in Mexico, which was destroyed by Omega Earth's agents. He then continues on and gets kind of off track, talking about how it's hard for kids that are different and they get picked on, making mistakes in life and doing things for people that you care about but you can't explain, and so on and so forth until he catches himself rambling and ends off with mentioning the repairs again. So it looks like this is a bit of self-reflection from Breach and his past and what he believes his purpose is. And it is nice to see some of these agents do a self-reflection in their lives and show us what really goes on in their minds. The final lore update that we have, which is a bigger one, is the audio file that Cypher has received from the bug planted on Omega Earth's Viper.
No love lost there.
Waylay? Vito?
They're thinking it over.
What's to think about?
They're picky who they work for. They don't know you.
Harbor's on our side.
Really?
And Sky.
This guy's too exhausted to care, ever since Sage went down. We need an answer there, same as Alpha. But someone has to talk to Astra.
Sova, you do it. And bring Harbor.
Don't forget, Neon is spinning. This is a lot for her.
Yours with her now. If we have Neon and Jet, and I convince Raze, we'll get the whole Mischief gang. Fade and Cypher?
Now leave them. Whatever they're thinking, you won't change it. If they're not with us, we'll know.
I spoke to Deadlock. She's not on board.
She doesn't care about Brimstone.
She cares about loyalty.
Talk to her again. Who else is a problem?
Definitely Killjoy. She's pissed.
And KO. KO is a big problem.
This audio is basically of Omega Viper having a convo with Omega Sova and Breach, on which Valorant agents are on their side, which ones are still thinking it over, and which ones are a potential problem. Omega Breach notes that Vito and Waylay are still deciding because they are picky about who they work for, and they don't know Omega Viper enough to trust her. Omega Sova then states that Harbor is on their side, along with Sky, who is too tired to even bother thinking it over. Omega Astra is someone who is on the fence, and Omega Viper instructs Sova to go and speak with her. And Sova also mentioned that Neon is currently quote-unquote spinning, referring to her being overwhelmed with all that's happening, and she is one of the younger agents, but Omega Yoru is with her currently to help her out. And Breach claims that with Neon and Jet on board, he can convince Race to join them as well. As Breach asks about Fade and Cypher, Sova immediately shuts it down and says to leave them alone because whatever they're thinking, their minds won't be changed. So that probably indicates that they aren't in favor to support Omega Viper, but it's not confirmed yet. Sova says that if they aren't with them, then they will know. Omega Deadlock is an agent that has been confirmed to not be with Omega Viper, not because she cares about Omega Brimstone, but because she cares about loyalty, so she refuses to be on board. However, Omega Viper still says to go and talk to her again. And the final two agents who have been flagged as problems are Killjoy and KO, who Sova says is a big problem, whatever that means. Not being in favor of or supporting Omega Viper is one thing, but to be noted as a big problem probably indicates that the agent may have something bigger planned or making bigger waves to stop whatever mutiny is happening. And keep in mind that KO is one of the agents who has witnessed what happens in the future. So knowing what becomes of the world with a Radiant War is something that would have KO strongly against this division of agents early on. It's possible that this may even be what starts it in this world. And before ending it off, I also want to add some new Sova voice lines that we got as well right after the outro. Make sure you guys are subscribed as Agent 30 is just around the corner and you don't want to miss out on future lore and update videos as they come out. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you all in the next one.
Breach and I are here. Loyal wolf, mad hound. So give the order. Let sleep your dogs of war. Sage has fallen. Valorant will follow. Drive Sage out, then gut the rest. This time I will take more than just your eye, Sasha. Winter has come for you, Hunter. Viper, signal your mark. I will return with their head in hand. Yoru, we sever the limbs of this beast together. Is that it? None escape me. You cannot escape.